Good morning and welcome to Your Successful Retirement TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio and I'm joined today by Misha Dagher of Dagher Financial LLC. Good morning, Misha. How are you this week?
Good morning, Cynthia. I'm very good. Thanks for having me again. And how are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. I'm so looking forward to the day where we can be in the same location and talking together. I know the viewing audience is probably wondering why they're seeing the split screens, but we're obviously still in the heart of COVID-19, and so we're respecting the need to be safe and healthy. So that's why we're in two locations. But Misha, I can't wait to see you in one location.
Absolutely, same here. I understand that some people now more lean to socialize and all of that. We totally agree. We should take that breath before, we're all maybe sick and tired of being distancing from people like now, you and I. But sometimes it's okay to take the extra step and be careful so we make sure that everyone is safe and don't jeopardize ourselves and our beloved ones.
Most definitely. And Misha, to the viewing audience at home, we're going to be talking a little bit about, well, actually quite a bit about planning your perfect stress-free retirement. So Misha, let me ask you, especially times during COVID-19, how often are you receiving phone calls from people saying, Misha, am I okay? Am I able to retire?
Sure, I'll say first for our clients, we always review things with them. So they know where they stand, they know if they are in good shape, so they're totally fine. But actually during this COVID-19 pandemic, we have been very blessed to have lots of referrals from clients and neighbors and, our community here. So they've been seeing us in whether, the local town magazine or on some advertisement we've had, and they call us really panicking because they really don't know where they stand, especially when we hit trough, back in March 23rd, specific for that day when the Dow Jones went down over 35%. Suddenly someone like planning to retire this year being the last year for retirement, seeing their 401k and retirement account go down that dramatically. How scary is that?
Sure.
Planning for retirement, it is not last minute thing. It's something that we should really act carefully towards it. But I understand we procrastinate so much in our life. For some reason, we tend just to put things on the back burner. How many of us, had bad relationship and they procrastinate so much to break up until things really get so much worse. The same for retirement planning. We tend just to put things on the back burner until things really get so bad. Well, I don't want the viewers today and the listeners today to do the same. You should take action before things happen. But if you did not, then go ahead and plan as soon as possible. If not yesterday, today. Don't wait further. It's very important. It is scary to see your life savings just in one day, especially when you are about to retire or even 5 and 10 years of retirement. The best thing is actually to plan way ahead. The best time to start planning for retirement is around 50 years old.
Okay.
We had lots of people ask us, should I work extra year? Should I, is it worth it to work extra year? Or is it worth it for me to pay my mortgage? There is really not a definite answer to all of the people. It depends on their situation. That's why it's called customized retirement plan. That's why it is called written, personalized plan for the individuals or the couple.
Sure. And it's so different than just going out to your mailbox, grabbing a statement out of the mail and saying, okay, this is what I have to live on. there's a difference between having a statement that comes in the mail and a true, comprehensive, written retirement plan. So, Misha, I wanted to tell the viewing audience there's so much to love about you, first of all, and I know that they're feeling the same way, but explain to the viewing audience what a fiduciary is. Why does that title kind of separate you from a lot of others, if you will?
Correct. You know, with all due respect, there is a lot of fiduciary advisors as well, and we do respect each other and respect them dearly. But fiduciary advisor is very important because they put the best interest of the client first. You know, there is some fiduciary advisors as well as broker, which means they can switch hats in any given day. Also, there is fiduciary advisor that they are captive for certain companies, which also tend to be lean, you know, of whether they work for the client first or they work for the company, who's comes in first. But fiduciary is always important because we put the best interest of the client first ahead of anything. And being an advisor who holds fiduciary responsibility as well as being independent advisor, that I don't work for a firm, I just work for the client. And the clients really love that because they know I'm working for them, I'm putting their best interest first at all time. There's nothing behind the whole thing. So, and they love it.
Yeah. It's so important and so critical for the viewing audience to understand that because you're truly on their side and you gain happiness by being able to tell someone you're able to retire, and best of all, you're able to retire comfortably. What does that feel like, Misha, when you get to deliver that news to someone?
It's amazing. You know, honestly, it's sometimes speechless because some people weren't expecting, especially to add to all what you had said, to actually stay retired.
Yeah.
Because how many people tend to start their retirement, but then unfortunately they miscalculate or they basically just did not have enough experience to spot on all the hidden things that I, as an advisor, should help the client open up their eyes on. You know, when we start going through the financial planning, you know, we ask the clients little details, honestly, and that sometimes make a big difference. You know, we want to put the budget or the expected expenses during retirement to the dot, and we have to use inflation. Because going through retirement is not going to be 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Well, you know, let's say 60 grand a year is not going to have the same power in 10 years after. So that's why it's very important for people to understand all the in and outs of retirement and make sure they plan correctly. Lots of people think that, okay, you know what? I can take $10,000 from my retirement. I have 20K of Social Security. I'm just making up numbers here, but you know, that's great. And they forget about the Medicare cost. They forget about the taxes. They forget about they're gonna withhold on these things. They will just maybe forgetting some other extra expenses. They just really did not plan for unexpected expenses such as, you know, changing the roof or you know, the heater or things like that, and suddenly, you know, big bills start piling up. So that's why it's very important for us to go through the planning and make sure we discuss things with the clients. We build relationship, and that's why we don't, personally, I don't charge per hour. We do offer the complimentary review to our clients that they will be calling today, but in addition, I want to, you know, get to know them, build a relationship. I don't want them to start like, you know, looking at their time and like when you are at the attorney office and you're like, okay, that's another 15 minutes bill. We want to build the relationship with the clients.
Oh, so Misha, we have to go to our very first commercial break. Can you tell the viewing audience what the first 10 callers can expect to receive by phoning in today?
Sure. We would love to offer the first 10 callers a full review of their current financial situation as well as give them and provide them with a customized full written complementary retirement plan that include Social Security timing report. So give us a call, 833-365-8383.
Thank you, Misha. And the phone lines are already starting to light up. So to the viewing audience at home, we know you have a lot of questions about planning your perfect retirement. When we come back, we're going to have more conversation with Misha. So please stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss what she has to say.
As a good saver, you've been putting away money during your working years. Studies find that the biggest fear of retirees is running out of money. Market volatility isn't just the downward movement of stock prices, it's the size and frequency of change. The more dramatic the ups and downs, the higher the volatility. This can put savers who are newly retired or a few years away from being retired at greater risk. Today's generation of retirees is not receiving traditional pensions as our parents or grandparents did. Instead, we have retirement accounts such as 401ks or 403bs. These accounts typically expose your money to market risk. The last thing you want right before retirement is to lose a portion of the money you need for income. But how do you turn these accounts into a retirement income? Is it safe to keep all your retirement money sitting in the stock market? The last thing you want is to lose a portion of the money you need for income due to market loss. By working with a financial professional, you can learn how to turn a portion of your savings into an income stream for life and income for the life of your spouse if you're married. We all have moments in our lives when we wish we had taken action sooner. Don't let procrastination reign on your retirement parade. Act now before it's too late. Please call our office to set up your no-cost, no-obligation retirement income review today.
And welcome back to Your Successful Retirement TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, and I am joined today by Misha Dagher of Dagher Financial LLC. And Misha, we are just talking so much today about planning that perfect stress-free retirement. I want to start out just by asking you a question, if I will. How important is it to have a diversified income streams during retirement, if you will? How important is that?
Oh, that's a very, very important question, Cynthia. You know, people tend to leave all their assets in a volatile plan, whether it's their 401k that it's not, current 401k that it's not actively managed, and like suddenly in one given day they see like 35% of it diminished or, you know, decreased by a tremendous amount of number there. It's scary. Well, then they have a foundation or something to count on during this dramatic period or volatility period, then they feel secure because they know that, you know, they have this account that is not going to lose, or it is really mitigating risk very well. So, you know, I can count on that account to provide me that income that I'm looking for during retirement. And the other account, you know, it will catch up, it will come back. You know, the key is basically, we've all been investing for years, and we understand that, you know, we invest in the market goes down, but well, it will go back up again. But the key is not to be withdrawing from that account that at the same time that the market is going down. Because this way we are double dipping. And think about it. If you have $100,000 and you're just taking a 5% out, it's $5,000. And the market goes down 20%, then your account is 80 grand. Well, the 5% is not going to be a 5,000 anymore. So you're gonna take a cut or take a higher percentage of withdrawals. And is that okay? So people should think about diversification, very important, and make sure to take, you know, from the account that is losing, leave it, not to take at that time. Have another account that they can withdraw from at the time of the volatility, then let the other account recoup and then go back to it. And that's the key and the beauty about working with a financial advisor, that it is independent and not biased to one product or one investment on one company, etc.
Thank you, Misha. And let me also ask you, how important is it for someone to understand what their risk tolerance is? How important is that?
It's very important. Do you know how many people we meet with that, they think, we go through questionnaires, or they think, and they come in, and how many times you meet people, just ordinary people, and say, I'm moderate when it comes to the investment. But well, we run some reports, financial reports on their statements, their current statement, and we find out that they are aggressive as far as investing. So they are taking way more risk than the risk tolerance, even though they are thinking that they are moderate and they are investing moderately. Then we go ahead and we do our own questionnaires and to find out really what is their risk tolerance, not just by, wake up in the morning and say, yeah, I am moderate. And we find out that they are balanced investors. They can be a balanced investors and they can tolerate that level. So here you are thinking that you're moderate, you're invested as aggressive, but in fact, you're a balanced investor.
Misha, thank you. And to the viewing audience who may be just tuning in for the first time this week, can you tell them what does it feel like to come into your office, to have a consultation, to actually work with you as their financial advisor? What does that feel like to them?
We would like them to be feeling warmed in our office and feeling really they can count on us. We wanted to go through all their requirements as far as what they're looking for, really, is retirement for them to just spend all their money? And, I've had so many clients saying, I want to die broke. Can you time it? So, we're here to listen to them, to provide them a customized retirement plan that works for them, for their exact need. Some other clients, they wanted to, keep some for inheritance, but, spend the rest. They have maybe specific amount. Some other people, they really wanted to make sure they don't outlive their money. And this is the majority. They really want to maintain a lifestyle, but they actually don't really know to maintain their lifestyle, how much it's gonna cost them. Whether it's better to pay their mortgage off before retirement because they have some savings, or keep the savings because their mortgage rate is very low. So it's just a lot of questions there, and this is the conversation that we're gonna have with the people that they are listening to our show today. We want just to invite them to our office to sit with us and to go through just a regular conversation, to get to know them, to see, how can we help them further? How can we provide them with a peace of mind to go through a very successful retirement period with a written retirement plan? And we're here to help.
Which is always so important to have. And I think what we're hearing the most, Misha, from your clients is they love the personalized attention that you give them when they walk in the door. I've heard this from numerous people that we've spoken with, that they feel like when they're sitting with you that your attention is completely on them. That says a lot about you as a person and also as a retirement financial planner, if you will. So thank you for giving that level of care and love to your clients.
Thank you, Cynthia. We love and adore our clients. And as I said, I always would like to have a client that have the same ethical behavior, the same need. And, we tend to build a relationship with our clients and we like it. We want to keep it this way.
Oh, well, Misha, it's about time for us to meet some new clients for you. Can you tell the viewing audience what they can expect to receive by being one of the first 10 callers today?
So give us a call. If you are one of the first 10 callers, we will give you a full retirement review on your current situation. And then we will give you our customized retirement plan that's gonna fit your need, with including a personalized Social Security timing report. So you're gonna have it all. Give us a call, 833-365-8383.
Thank you, Misha. To the viewing audience at home, that number to call once again is 833-365-8383. We realize the phone lines will be busy, but please keep trying. We promise to answer your call. When we come back from this very short commercial break, we're going to have more questions and answers about planning your perfect retirement, so please stay tuned.
As a good saver, you've been putting away money during your working years. Studies find that the biggest fear of retirees is running out of money. Market volatility isn't just the downward movement of stock prices, it's the size and frequency of change. The more dramatic the ups and downs, the higher the volatility. This can put savers who are newly retired or a few years away from being retired at greater risk. Today's generation of retirees is not receiving traditional pensions as our parents or grandparents did. Instead, we have retirement accounts such as 401ks or 403bs. These accounts typically expose your money to market risk. The last thing you want right before retirement is to lose a portion of the money you need for income. But how do you turn these accounts into a retirement income? Is it safe to keep all your retirement money sitting in the stock market? The last thing you want is to lose a portion of the money you need for income due to market loss. By working with a financial professional, you can learn how to turn a portion of your savings into an income stream for life and income for the life of your spouse if you're married. We all have moments in our lives when we wish we had taken action sooner. Don't let procrastination reign on your retirement parade. Act now before it's too late. Please call our office to set up your no-cost, no-obligation retirement income review today.
And welcome back to Your Successful Retirement TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, and I'm joined today by Misha Dagher of Dagher Financial, LLC. Misha, I have some great questions for you as we come to the last segment of our show. I wanted to get your feelings for what does it feel like when couples are planning their retirement and let's say one spouse retires before the other. What does that look like for a lot of people?
We tend to meet lots of them. First of all, I would like these couples to sit down and rethink, replan the near future that they're gonna go through together. Because remember, one of them is retired, so probably want to sleep until noon, maybe, I don't know. The other one, or stay late the night before. But then the second person wanted, to go bed early because they have to work early in the morning. Mm-hmm. Well, they have to restructure their social timing, if I may say. Also, they have to rethink the budget spending, because now as a person retired is going to be spending much more, because we tend to close our eyes on a very important fact during retirement or the first few years of retirement. We will have a bucket list that we're gonna go through it the day that we are retiring. And then the first few years, we tend to spend so much more than we thought we will be spending if we did not have a written plan. Then the retirement expenses kind of like go this way, 5 to 7 years, then go this way the next 5 to 7 years, because you've already done so many of your bucket list, if I may say. But then, the retirement expenses just kind of go flat because you've done so much and now you're on a routine base. And then the third section, it depends. It either goes down or it goes higher because of healthcare costs, because we're getting older. Or we go down because we're still healthy, but yet we don't probably ski a lot because we're afraid. We don't do skydiving, I don't know, like so many other things. We might just, even hiking, we might scale down and do like some other, tracks versus the others. So, they have to sit and think those things together. Are they waiting to start their bucket list until the second person is retiring, or that expenses are going to start piling up when the first spouse retire? Some other things we tend to forego. Well, what if you actually entitled to collect Social Security as a spousal benefit and defer yours until 70? So maybe now you have some income coming to you, even though you're not, as a couple retired. Some other facts people don't also look at, or options they don't look at. Well, now we lost one of the income. We have so many retirement accounts or qualified accounts. Do we want to convert some of these to a Roth IRA and start maybe planning for a lesser tax bracket as we get, fully retired as a family, as couple? So a lot of conversations for us to have with the clients as they approach retirement, and if one of them wants to retire before the other.
So really what I'm hearing from you, Misha, is that it's so important to have a game plan in place when one spouse is ready to retire and let's say the other one is still working, because it can definitely change a lot for that couple. So it's very important, I would think, that couples come in together to sit with you. Would that be correct?
Absolutely. I encourage both spouses to come to the appointment, and sometimes if one of them cannot, we get them on the phone as a conference call, so with the three of us involved in the conversation. And don't forget, Cynthia, we give them a customized retirement plan, yet it's tailored to their need, but we can retailor it as we go forward with them, and that's the importance of having a relationship with us.
And it's all about building relationships. Misha, we have probably about a minute left in the show. Can you tell the viewing audience once again what they're going to receive by calling in today?
I can't believe it. We're almost done. So for the next 10 callers, we will provide them, once they schedule an appointment with us, we will provide them a full complimentary review for their current financial situation. Also a customized retirement written plan for them that includes a personalized Social Security timing report. So give us a call, 833-365-8383. Thank you.
Misha, it is always such a pleasure to be with you. Thank you again for another very informative week. To the viewing audience at home, as you can see, retirement should not be scary. Misha has a plan to put in place for you. Thank you again for watching this week. We will see you again next week. We hope you stay safe, healthy, and blessed. Thank you so much.